Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Nice to see everyone here today. As you may or may not have seen, Amber is taking a break from Queen Beads. So we are going to just proceed with this time slot with Pink Poodle Jewelry Studio. Hopefully we'll see her around with some lives eventually. She's focusing more on art and crafts. So I try to, for me, I like to stay rounded like that myself. So for these lives, though, I'll be mostly just doing jewelry. But on my YouTube channel, I do have some dress it up button projects that I've done, and also some different varieties of things that are not necessarily jewelry, but for fun. For fun. So we all just have to stay where we are in life and stay in our path that we're currently on and go from there. So enough about that. So my name is Trisha Guizon. If you don't know and you can't see by my little, I guess it's this way, my little name. I have a business called Pink Poodle Jewelry Studio. I am actually an educator as well as a creative, and I do sell a variety of jewelry as well as jewelry making items in my Etsy store. So if you haven't checked that out, certainly check that out. We're going to be putting some new things up, both jewelry wise and jewelry making wise for the holidays. So today I am off work, which is great. But the schedule is that Wednesdays, no matter what, even if I have to work a Wednesday, we're done at 1. So I will be able to be here. My husband is not home again. He's out on his bike around this time all the time. So I always have the girls to deal with. But I'm going to shut the door here so we at least have to listen to that. So today we're going to make a fun little Christmas spider. It is something that you can make around Halloween. You can make it, for Christmas. You can make it for any time of the year, just for something fun. But mostly, I don't know the history of the Christmas spider. I guess I should have looked that up before we started. But we're just going to make a little spider, and I'll show you once we turn it down to the table so you can see it better, that you can hang on your Christmas tree. This is just like an elegant version of a spider. So let me see if I can Google here. And just out of curiosity, let's look and see what it's going to tell us about the Christmas spider. Okay. So here we go. Oh, there's a whole poem. The legend of the Christmas spider is an Eastern European folktale which explains one possible origin of the tinsel on Christmas trees. Let's see. It is most prevalent in Western Ukraine, that's the word I'm looking for, where small ornaments in the shape of spider are traditionally a part of the Christmas decorations. Very fun. Very fun, but there's a whole story that goes with it. So if you get a chance, Google it. You'll be able to read that. So I'm going to turn down the camera. And if you have not, please share this out. Please give us a thumbs up if you're watching the replay. Hello. Don't forget to check out the links in my description as always. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my camera down. So I'm going to actually put a little banner up while I do that because, we'll get it. That way you don't have to look at my face frozen while I turn the camera. Let's see here. Maybe not today. I think it's hard to do these things by yourself. Whoops. It's hard to do these things by yourself. So I'm going to just turn my camera around and keep it simple, guys. Let's just go to my other camera. And I'm not turning my camera around. I'm actually going to a different camera. So And it just takes a moment till it gets itself straightened out for some reason. So welcome to my mess. I'm going to turn my lights down now so we can go ahead and do that. And let's get into the comments. There we go. Okay, so like I said, we're making a Christmas spider today, and it's an elegant version. What I've done here for the one that I've made, I have made it with 2 different sizes of boho beads and then some crystal beads. I've used like some longer beads and some 4mm fire polish, some bicones, and some 3mm fire polish. Today I'm going to be using items out of the Enchanted Forest treasure box from Potomac Bead. This was last month's beautiful box. So if you haven't checked these out, as I said, my Linktree is in the description. Head over and see what they're about. They're always gorgeous. They're always high quality. So, and I also have all the unboxings on my YouTube channel to check out as well. So this is as simple as it gets. Basically, guys, we have some wire here in the middle. We're going to use boho beads. As I said, these beads here. And then if you turn it over, you can see the body. Let's see if it'll focus for me. There it goes. So on the body part, what I did was I put little tiny spacers between each set of wires, and it kind of gave you that little bit of space that you needed just to be able to make those legs sit right. So what I have, I've got my 2 boho beads out. You can use other beads besides boho beads. These are this biggest one that I have here. This is pretty big, but this is like 22mm and at its largest, and this one is 15. So these are bigger beads. These ones I have on here, this one is just so they're different size, and you can see by the eye that they're different sizes. So this one is like an 18 on the back of this one and a 14. So it just, as long as you can tell the difference between the front of the head and the abdomen, you're good. So I just have some 4mm fire polish here. I have some beautiful AB tanzanite cylinders, check glass. I've gotten out some of my AB lavender bicones. These are 3mm, I believe, or 4. They're 4. Then I got out some of my 4mm Swarovskis and this beautiful crystal AB. I don't know that I'll be using all this, but I have enough here that when I'm building my legs, I'll, be able to do it no problem. And then I got out these beautiful, what are they calling these? Prop bead. And these are stunning. And I'm going to use those in place of my long pink crystals that I used in that one. So yeah, I decided to go with a purple theme. So of course I can't remember exactly what length I made my spider legs. So I'm kind of going to guesstimate here, guys. This is about a 6-inch piece that I'm going to cut. If we need to cut some off, we can do this. This is 20 gauge German style wire that I'm using, but you could also use 18 gauge or 22 gauge, whatever you have on hand. If you have artistic wire, you could use that as well. So I'm going to cut, you can see we have 4 and 4, so 8 legs as it should be. So I'm going to cut 4 6-inch pieces of the German wire here. Okay, I'm going to set these beads back so we can see a little better and put our critter back there. Three. And one more. All right, so there's 4 6-inch pieces of 20 gauge wire. And keep your wire handy because we are going to need a piece for the body as well. As you can see, there's a loop here. They made this loop here because then that way on the back it holds it there, and then on the top you can just tie a little ribbon through it and hang it on your Christmas tree if you want to. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of these pieces of wire, and we're going to take our round nose pliers, and we're just going to put that about in the center of our wire. And I've just gone maybe about, let's see here, half an inch, not quite a half an inch, quarter of an inch down on my round nose pliers here, just to give us a nice loop. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take and bend this wire around to the other side and this one to the other side. And that in turn gives us our loop in the middle that we need for our leg. So you can see that's going to sit really nicely on the body by doing that. So we're going to do that to all three of these while we have them. Okay, about in the center. And we're just going to switch sides with our wires. There's two. And then we will put the same here. Whoa, that one went flying. And then we'll do the same thing on this one, just like so. Okay. So we're just going to take one of these. I'm going to set these other ones to the side, and we're going to start building. I'm going to cut a little bit off of this because I can see that this is just a smidge longer. So I'm going to start beading my piece. And you can see on this one, I started with the 4mm, two of those in the center, only because that way they're not getting, the big beads make them kind of not sit right on the center of the bodice there, because you only have so much space to work with there. So we're going to start by doing one side, and we're going to add, and put a little body to the side for now. We're going to add two, I believe I have two fire polish. Yes, two fire polish onto here. And then we can start building our legs. So we're going to go with the bigger bead. Get that so you can see it. Another fire polish. And then we're going to put another bigger bead. And then I have a crystal. So let's put, I think what we'll do is we'll put our little, actually two bead here. And then one of our crystals. I think we'll put one of our purple, since we're all purple here. And put one of our purple crystals on the end. Now I'm just going to look at this, and I want to see, with the change in the beads, is this going to give me enough length? And I think I'm going to add, because we have to bend the leg a little bit, so I think I'm going to add another tube here, and then check it again. This is just eyeballing it. You know, it's going to be about 3 inches per side. So I think if I was to straighten that out, that would give us pretty much what we need. So we can go ahead and then make a loop on the bottom of this, and we're just going to do a simple loop on the bottom. You know what? I'm going to switch these around and do 2 tubes in a row and then the crystal. So when I crook my foot out, it's just going to have that little crystal on the end of it. Okay, so I'm just going to take my tweezer pliers, and I'm going to go just a smidge above my bead, and I'm going to bend that horizontally. I'm going to hold on to my wire, and about 1/4 inch, I'm going to snip the wire, and then I'm going to take my round nose and roll a simple loop. Okay. So there is one side. So now that once you have your pattern down, then you know it's just free sailing from here. So we're going to do the same pattern on this side. Okay. And let me know if you're coming in, guys. Say hello. Let me know if everything sounds good. I get 2 of the long ones. I do apologize for the dogs barking. It's par for the course at my house. Okay. And then our crystal. Okay. So same thing. We're going to just go a little tiny bit above our crystal. Give us a horizontal bend. Trim it. And then roll it back. Okay. So there we have one set of legs made. Okay. So let's just keep going and building our legs. Okay. We'll just do this a little quicker so we can get on to shaping it and making our body. Okay. These are like little perfect little beads for spider legs, I think. All right, so that's what we have so far, and then we're going to add 2 of our 2 beads. You are late, Terry. Hello. Wednesdays are still so odd for me. Yeah, I know, but hopefully you guys will get used to it. Takes you a little while to find me, but I am here. Okay, so now we have the pattern on that side, and we're going to go ahead. I'm actually doing pretty good. Thank you, Terry. I'm doing pretty good. I'm off today and tomorrow, so that's always a good thing. And then we're just going to roll this back. Yeah, it's weird not having my partner in crime here, that's for sure. But hey, everybody's got to do what's best for themselves, that's for sure. So all right. And then the other side. I know I watch Kate with Bead Shop on Wednesdays and sometimes joke McKay, just need to tweak my brain schedule. These always sell for me. I have several kinds I make. Oh, very fun, Kelly. Very fun. And welcome in, Kelly. So great to see you. I don't think I've seen you for a while, girl. I hope you're doing well. And of course, Miss Terry, we always want you to be doing well as well. Yeah, so we're just making some fun Christmas spiders today. Just some elegant versions of them. So great to see you guys. Mitch, miss catching alive. I know. We miss you. Well, I miss you. It's just going to be me for a while at least, so. So, we're almost done. This will be our third leg. Or second leg, excuse me. I can count. We have 2 more legs after this one. I can count. You guys know I can count, right? It's good to see y'all. What have you been up to? Yeah, I know Kate and Jill are on Wednesdays. I thought Jill was on Sundays. Is she twice a week? I don't think anybody has this time, though, which I hope not anyway. Except me. Okay. So I'm just going to, I'm going to cut some more off of this loop because I have a little bit too much space there. I mean, you want a little bit of breathing room, but you don't want it to be weird. So I'm going to my loop here. And just roll that back. Booth items to make. Been busy at my farmer's market. Just bought my place. Market is done by Xmas Booth. Sorry. Booth items to make. Kate does Wednesday and Friday. Jill does Wednesday and Sunday. And then Star Beads goes on whatever the baby permits. She is on now, but I spend far too much money there, so I try not to go often. Oh, okay. So she could show up anytime. So that's just how it is. Yes, when you have a child. I'm used to having freedom, basically, with not having children. So it's just not used to that. But hey, there's reasons to reproduce as well, I guess. But anyway, so we're just going to add our fire polish on here. Now she tries to have a schedule, but the baby is under a year, so things are a bit dicey. Oh, I get that. I can respect that. Just like, everybody has, like for me with my health, I never know, sometimes I'm not okay. And that's just how it goes. You just have to make things work for you the best you can. Whoop! There we go. As I said at the beginning, guys, if you didn't catch it, this is actually from the Potomac Beads Treasure Box. This is Enchanted Forest. If you have not seen that box, I do have an unboxing on my channel. Okay. And then... And I use 6 inches of wire here, although I know, Kelly, you've made these. Just good to see everyone and be around friends the day after the election. Yeah, I know. I hear you, Terry. I'm right there with you. But what are you going to do? So trim that to our loop. Okay. All right. And then we'll do this side. Oh, there's 2. Sorry, I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there. Okay. Put that in. And then, like I was saying, it's good to put a littler bead at the bottom for your little foot. So what I did is I put my bicone at the bottom, a 4mm bicone, so the little foot can be kind of propped out. Okay. So same thing, give yourself a little bit of room to groove up at the top. Squish that down so it doesn't go behind it. And then do your simple loop. I saw Nelia wasn't feeling good today. He was going to go live, I thought. He doesn't usually do Wednesdays, but poor guy. You know how that goes. Oh, small leaves would make a fab flat feet. Oh, that's a mouthful. Yes, it would. Definitely. I think all the leaves I have are too big, but that would be cute. Very cute. All right, so let's do, we have one more set to do. Okay. I'm getting there. And it's just as simple as that, just beading one side at a time. And the way that I did this, where I put the smaller beads in the center, was just trial and error. I tried to, manipulate it and pretty much see, because if I put the larger bead at the center, it sat weird. So always try to put a smaller bead, at least a 4mm, in the center there. No need to sketch that out. Very beautiful. Now I want to try and make a vine-like sort of spider. Oh, Terry, please do. Please do. I would love to see it, and make sure you post it. You can post it in Queen Beaters. I will definitely see it there. I have a puppy scratching at my door. Speaking of puppies, my Esme is absolutely giant. She is 3 inches taller at the shoulder than my 8-year-old dog, my 8-year-old standard. She is giant, and she's only 8 months old. So, first standard female standard, she's giant, but she's gonna be giant anyway. So, she's out there sniffing and scratching, and you know how they do. They think they're missing something very exciting. Always. Yeah, that's one thing with the sketching, Terry, that I am not good at. My sketches always look like a 2-year-old did it. So I just kind of leave it in my brain and just work with it in there. That's just one thing that I am very good at, a lot of different crafts and things like that. But art, drawing, painting, I mean, I'm sure if I practiced it enough, I'd be okay at it, but I just don't do that. So, all right, so there's our last leg, and we're going to do our simple loop. Make sure we have a little bit of space up front there. A little bit too much there. Let's see. There we go. That's where we need it. Snip the wire. I can't draw people. I can't draw anything, my friend. I did a painting class one time, and I did okay, but it was one of those ones that you just work with them and just, you know, they pretty much tell you everything to do. So, all right, I'm going to shorten this leg up just slightly just by rolling this closer. Okay. I hear you, Esme. You're going to make it. Just a minute. I'll leave you in when I'm done. Okay, so now that we have all of our legs made, we're going to get out our boho beads, and these are the ones that I've chosen. And we're going to need some more wire, and we're going to need some daisy spacers. I was showing this earlier, and I tried doing this once without the daisy spacers between, but I did not like the way that the legs sat. Whoops, sorry. I hope it was on camera. So that shows you what we're going to do here. We just need a few daisy spacers. So we're going to cut ourselves a piece of wire. I mean, I'm just going to do about 10 inches. Won't need that much, I'm sure, but I always like to have more than less, that's for sure. So I'm going to do a simple loop on the end of this. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to bend it horizontally, snip the edge. And I want to do a big enough loop, which this has a nice small hole in it, but some of the bohos have bigger holes in them, like that. So you're going to want to make a big enough loop so it's not going to pull back through the bead. Okay. So we'll just roll that back. We have our simple loop for the end. Looks a little messy. So then I'm just going to straighten this out, and we're going to start feeding on our beads. And I'll turn this one over so you can kind of see how we're going to do this. Okay. So I'm going to cut this little bend in the edge off here on the end so I can thread on the items I want. So we're going to put on our boho bead. Then we're going to put on a set of legs, a daisy spacer, a set of legs. It's looking kind of messy right now, I know that. A daisy spacer. Okay, another set of legs. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, our legs broke. We're going to have to make another set. Hold on to that. Uh-oh, how'd that happen? And then you would put on another daisy spacer and then your next set of legs. But we're going to whip that fourth set up again real quick. I don't know how that happened, but interesting. Hey, it's par for the course, guys. You know how it goes. Making stuff. Things happen sometimes. So I'm going to get another 6-inch piece of wire to do our legs. And we're going to whip up a quick little fourth set. Stick this out of the way so we can get to our beads. And we're going to go in the center and make our loop again. Okay. Oh, thank you, Terry. Brilliant. Wedge them in so they stay put. Yeah, Terry says, I still cannot believe the difference the daisy spacers make on those legs behaving. So clever. Thank you. Yeah, I was just out of necessity, I felt like, because they were just so weird, acting so weird that I was like, something has to. And I'm my father's daughter, and he is so smart and so good at problem solving things that you do with your hands. And so I did get that from him. So thank you. He's an amazing guy. All right, so we're going to put our 2 long ones. Give credit where credit's due, right, girls? Okay. Our bicone. See if we can keep this one from breaking on us, huh? All right, so let's give ourselves a little smidge of space there. Bend. And roll. And then the same thing on this side. So you should definitely have the leg pattern down by the time we're done here, since we had to do so many times. But hey, it's just learning. Learning from experience. All right. Then a bicone here. Yes, and I'm hoping to get back into selling more kits, guys, eventually. Like I said, I'm still adjusting a little bit to my schedule, but I'm hoping by the first of the year we can get some more kits put in the shop for you guys. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we can put our little 4 set on, because we put our daisy spacer. And then I did put one, let's see, just did 3. So then we're going to just put our boho bead on after the 4th set of legs, our other boho. Okay. So there we have that. All right. So our legs are on. They look wonky. They're acting weird. All that stuff. But that's to be expected. But you want to make sure when you wrap the top here that, like Kelly said, you want to make sure it's snug. You don't want it to be like viciously snug so everything cracks, but you want it to be kind of really snug in there so you can adjust those legs without them flipping around in circles. Because that was what I was finding, that because I didn't have those spacers, and because I didn't have enough pressure on it, they were acting weird. So we're going to do a wrap loop at the top. Okay. So I'm just going to put my run those pliers in there and do a horizontal bend. Rotate my pliers up and over because we want a loop to put a little ribbon through. So if you want to make it a little bigger, if you want to just stick a string through it, whatever works for you. And then I'm going to just finish up my wrap loop. And the reason to do a wrap loop on the top here, like I said, is you're running that down to kind of fill in that space so your legs can sit nicely. Let's get everybody around here and see where we are. I think they're pointing in every different direction, but you just got to kind of see where everything is before you do your final tighten down. There we go. That's how we want everybody to be sitting, just like that. All right. And remember, it's wire, so it's flexible. You can, do movements with it, which is what we're going to do to get those legs looking like spider legs. But I just want to make sure I have these snug enough right now. So we're going to do that. And I'm just going to wind back up so we get a little bit more of a significant wrap loop there. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Okay, so then we can go ahead and trim that wire off. Yep, I'm going this way and do it. It'll be easier. And right, and then just push that back in with our pliers. So everything's nice and tight. And then, now Kelly, when you make yours and you sell them, do you put the little poem with them? Just curious. I think that would be a cute little gift. Just print the little Christmas spider poem off of on Google or wherever you use. And okay, so you see how I did the legs here? They kind of come out and then they kind of go. I bend them at the bottom somewhat. So I'm just putting a little bump here at the top. And then right around those little tube beads, I'm starting to bend that out. Okay. And you can mess with this and, get them how you want them. But that's basically it. I'm just taking my finger up there and giving a little bump out the tip top and then a little bend out at the bottom. Okay. And I mess with them for a while to get them, a little while until I get them how I want them. All right. That's that. And then one more little bump out on that one and the bend. And then we can kind of see, okay, how he's sitting. Then we're going to spread these out a little bit. So we want it to sit nicely if they decide to set it on, their little desk or wherever they put it. So you want to make sure you have that. So like I said, it's just a matter of messing around with it, just kind of getting everything in the shape you want it. He's a little tall there, so I'm going to put those down a little bit and spread them out where I want them. It's a little bit. No, I yak at customers. Okay, you just tell them. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. But I guess, for a nice Christmas gift, you could print that little poem out and put it with, if you wanted to gift it. But so that gives you an idea there, guys, basically what we're doing. Spread these out a little bit more. I just fiddle and fiddle and fiddle till the cows come home. So you do you, but but that gives you a basic look at what it should look like. Okay. And then my loop, I'm just going to spin it around because I want that straight and I want this straight. So I'm just going to make sure my body is how I want it. That's what makes it nice with the wire. It's pliable and all that good stuff. So yeah, So there's our little Christmas spider. And here's our pink one that we originally made. And of course, we have to get input from the peanut gallery, as always. So there's our little guys. I think they are so cute and would make such a cute gift. I just enjoy making them. So let me get the camera turned around here, guys. And we will talk about what's next. Get my legs put up. Give me a second here. There we go. Okay. So those are your Christmas spiders. I hope you enjoyed watching this one, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kelly. Thank you. I love doing these elegant ones with the boho beads. I just think they just look so cool and fun. And the boho beads are from Jesse James Beads. You want some gorgeous boho beads, that's a place to get them, guys. That's also in my Linktree. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the pink and the purple had to be first. Now I'll probably do a turquoise one next because those are my 3 favorite colors. So, you know me. You know, you guys, I don't have to tell you anything. You know how it is. So, but yeah, this was super fun hanging out with you guys today. I'm hoping to be here next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. We always say hoping because, you know, we never know with the how things are going to go and my schedule and stuff. But the plan is to be here next Wednesday at 4, and we'll do another fun project. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I always look forward to it. And if you haven't checked out my Linktree, please do so. And don't forget, check me out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere, guys. I'm everywhere, just like, you know, other stuff. So, so have a good rest of the week. And thanks for joining me today. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.